Hello, everyone, and welcome to My Partridge Family Collection. If this is your first time here, I want to welcome you and tell you a little bit about myself and about this awesome collection that I have. My name is Patty, and I'm an avid collector of more than a few things, but one of my favorite collections has been and will always be My Partridge Family Collection. And on this channel, I showcase items in my collection from this iconic show that ran from September 25th, 1970 until August 24th, 1974. Now, The Partridge Family was a show that I absolutely loved as a kid. And I'm going to age myself here, but I was about between 7 and 11 years old during the course of the show. So I was really in that sweet spot of the demographics because Partridge Family was aimed at little girls right in that age bracket. So they marketed everything to me. They marketed their leading star. They sold magazines to me. Of course, they just merchandised the heck out of that show to kids, mostly little girls my age. And I bought it up. Literally, I bought it up. So I've spent the last 50 years or so, doing just that, buying stuff up. Partridge Family. I might have slacked off there a few years here and there because, we grow up a little, we have careers, we start families and things like that. But I always come back. I've always come back to the Partridge Family and My Partridge Family Collection. Over the years, I've kind of thought about what to do with this collection because let's face it, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything to anybody but me. Even my family, they'll say like, what are you going to do with all this stuff? Like nobody wants it. Nobody cares about it. What are you going to do with it all? And so I've kind of thought over the years, yeah, what am I going to do with it all? And so I just thought, you know what? I'll just share it on YouTube, right? I mean, is that the thing to do? So so I just created this channel just for that, just to showcase my Partridge Family collection. Hopefully it brings back a lot of memories for you. Hopefully it brings as much joy to you as it has me, over the years. And a few things that I have in my collection are worth a few dollars, but most of it's just really cool, really rare. And like I said, just brings back a lot of memories. So I thought, what better way to honor this collection than to share it with you, with an audience like yourself, hopefully who'll appreciate it, you'll like looking at it, more than my family does. And it brings back, a lot of memories for you. And if you don't know anything about the Partridge Family, welcome. Welcome, and you're going to be so thrilled at the stuff that I have, and you'll learn a lot. You'll learn why this show was so popular and why the leading star it was on another stratosphere as far as, teen idols and singers and TV stars and all of that. An example of some of the things you'll see on this channel from my personal collection include, of course, the iconic lunchbox. I always like to say, if you're a Partridge Family collector, your collection is not complete without the lunchbox. It's in the Smithsonian Institute, for goodness sake. And if you're a lunchbox collector, I don't think your collection is complete without the Partridge Family lunchbox. So it goes hand in hand. Very cool. Of course, I have comic books and trading cards and games and posters and paper dolls and photographs and autographs. And of course, records. Lots and lots of records because, as we know, the Partridge Family was more than just a family sitcom. They were a musical group who sold more than a few records and made the Billboard charts quite often in the early 70s. I mean, they were my favorite band. I loved them. And I had just have some really great records that I've had since I was a kid that I've collected over the years. And just a really, really cool records, some very rare records. And I'll share all those with you. I think you'll really like it. So, of course, from time to time, since we have records, we'll go over to the turntable. I don't know if you can see my turntable. It's over there. We'll spin a few of these records as much as I can without violating any licensing laws or, infringing on any copyright laws. So there's things that I do to be able to do that, to spin some records. And of course, always getting permission from Sony is always the big one, because believe me, I don't want to infringe on any or violate any copyright or licensing laws. I don't want to be shut down. Definitely don't want to be fined by Sony. That's for sure. And I also try, as I'm sharing these pieces with you, share some cool stories. Like with every piece I have some behind the scenes info, trivia, little known facts. So I really try I'm not just showing you what I have in my collection. I'm really telling the story behind these things and making it interesting and entertaining and educational, I guess, to some extent. So we have a lot of fun, but we learn a lot too, because even as I'm, researching some of these pieces, I'm still learning too. I mean, there's just so many layers to the Partridge Family, more than you've probably ever known in your life or want to know. So I'm just so glad that you're here. I can't wait to share my collection with you. I hope it brings, like I said, as much joy to you as it does to me. And I hope it brings back a lot of memories too. I hope that it just invokes those old memories. Sometimes I look at some of this stuff and it might bring back like events or conversations or situations in my life back then that I've long forgotten, and so maybe it'll do the same for you as well. And just like a lot of YouTube channels, I'll tell you, if you like My Partridge Family Collection, give us a thumbs up. That helps people find the channel. Also hit the subscribe and the notifications bell. That way you'll be notified when new episodes drop. And if you're a Partridge Family collector, I'd love to hear from you. I'll have my email down in the show notes. Feel free to email me. I'd love to hear stories or anything that you've collected over the years. Or if you have a collectible or memorabilia from the Partridge Family or from David Cassidy or from Shirley Jones or any of the cast members, send me an email, and if something that you want to rehome or, we can make a deal. Like I said, my collection is still very active. When I see something cool or interesting, I'm still out there, doing my best to add it to my collection. It means a lot to me. And if you have something that's near and dear to your heart that you don't know what to do with, send it my way, or we can make a deal or something. And I'm very happy to take that off your hands. And then also I'll get to share it on this channel and maybe have another cool story to share. That's really cool. So thanks again for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the channel, and we'll see you next time.